Hey guys, welcome back.
I don't think I will mod this. I don't think I will mod this. I don't think I will mod this. Mod this. Mod this. Mod this. Mod this. I don't think I will mod this.
Alright, for those of you that are new to this, I'm going to give you a 2-second catch-up. This is the ToyShark. It is one of the first 3/4 scale virtual pinball devices to hit the market. It's got 12 Gottlieb titles pre-installed, and it sells for a fairly reasonable price in comparison to the rest of the virtual pinballs that are out there today. But in my review video, which if you haven't seen it, go check it out, I said I had no intentions of modding it, and I meant it, but there were some things that went down over the course of a week of owning it where I was fiddling with some stuff, and sometimes when you mod, you break stuff, and I broke some stuff. So I'm going to show you what I broke real quick, and plan on this being a 2-part video. I'm going to show you some of the mods that I've done so far, and then my intentions for the future, and I'll share with you whether I think this is a good idea or not. Okay, so we're over at the desk camera, and you're probably wondering, what the heck am I looking at? So this is an LCD video board. The purpose of this is to add additional functionality to the stock monitor of your ToyShark or of your Arcade 1-Up. Now, the reason why we have to do this is because coming out of the ToyShark monitor, you're going to have this LVDS connection. Well, consumer electronics don't natively talk LVDS, right? It's not like you buy a DVD player and the output of it is LVDS, right? The output of it is HDMI. So you need something to be able to plug in HDMI. So if you're modding it and you're going to plug in a Pi or a PC, you need that first. So what I did was I took a video board that I had, which is this one, and I tried to hook it up to the ToyShark. Well, the problem is that I had this is the power inverter. I had this wrong. So when I hooked it up, I fried the actual monitor. So be careful when you do this. I actually don't have a link in the description of the actual board that works with the ToyShark yet. I didn't get a chance to test it, so I don't feel comfortable recommending it, but there is one out there that supposedly works. So just so you know, that's how I got to this spot, but it got worse. So not only did I destroy the ToyShark monitor, I then was like, well, if the ToyShark's a paperweight, I might as well take the CPU out and go hook this up to something else. So I went and hooked this up to an Arcade 1-Up monitor, and the LVDS does carry power. So if you notice, there's these two, there's 2 or 3 red wires there. Well, those carry power. So, and there's a key. There's actually like a little triangle to tell you where pin 1 is. Well, there's no triangle on the ToyShark PCB, so I happened to flip it and reverse it backwards. So I had a 50-50 shot of getting it either right or wrong, and I got it wrong, and I actually fried this too. So it's like, okay, cool. So I just fried the whole situation. So that's when I was like, all right, well, I guess someone wants me to mod it because this course of events is not a good one. So that's leading us into the mod. So let's check out what I've done so far.
Okay guys, so what you're looking at right now is probably very familiar. This is the ToyShark bezel. So this is where the monitor, or the original monitor, was. Now you can see this looks fairly, it looks stock, right? It doesn't look like I did anything. Well, I did. I replaced the monitor. But I maintained the glass that's in the front of this. So I was lucky enough to find a monitor by HP, and I'll have a link in the description, that fits perfectly on the back of this monitor. Now you'll notice in the stock form you actually had 2 brackets here. I wasn't able to put the other bracket here comfortably, so I have 2 brackets on the side, and I put these 2 like felt furniture strips right here just to make sure this is nice and snug. There's a little bit of extra room, not much, but I wanted to make sure it's something that filled the gap. Now the other thing you see here, and I haven't really explored this yet, is I've got these speaker wires that are coming out of here. So obviously this monitor had speakers in it, so it has a little amplifier. So I'm going to try to reuse that amplifier, so it's one other thing I don't have to buy. So I'm going to run this to a set of speakers. I don't know where I'm going to put those yet, but this monitor fits perfectly. It fits great, and the cool thing about it is you don't have to buy one of those converter boards, because obviously it's a monitor, so it already has your HDMI, VGA, and all that right there. So you do save money in the sense that you don't need to buy the converter board now, and potentially you don't have to buy an amp if we can get this to sound okay with the TV, audio amplifier output. One step that you're going to have to make sure you do before this monitor will fit in here is take off the plastic backing. So this simply just kind of pries off. So there is sometimes a little thing that has a little lock looking thing on the back of the monitor. It had one, but for some reason this just popped right off. I popped all the pieces off. and took it off. And then I was able to remove the stock monitor and put this one right in its place. Now, as far as the back glass of the ToyShark, this is actually a arcade 1-up monitor. So I tried to reuse parts that I already had. So if you look, it is a 17-inch 1-up monitor. So you will have to put a controller board on the back of this because I'm gonna need to be able to plug in HDMI to this. So if you're doing active back glass, you need a PC that has 2 video outs, right? So one HDMI goes to the new monitor there on the floor, and the other one goes to this. So that board is not on here yet, but I will show you that, you know, when we hook it all up. In the front, I haven't had a chance to actually create a bezel yet, so I just have it duct taped in to just stay in place. I could have screwed it down, but I just figured why bother right now, because I'm gonna go to Lowe's and have them custom cut a piece of plexiglass right here. So that's how I did this. I did take a jigsaw to it.
ToyShark, it's about to go down.
I basically just took the monitor, flipped it upside down, traced it with Sharpie marker, and then I just jigsawed it out. That's it. Okay, so the first title I'm going to show you is Attack from Mars. So immediately you're going to notice one issue. My back glass is fine, but my DMD is not centered the way it should be within the window. So if someone knows how to do that, that'd be great. I literally just learned the software side of Virtual Pinball last week, so I'm learning it every day as I go. So if anybody knows how to fix that, that'd be great. But as you can see, the play field looks really nice. I have the buttons mapped already, so I can put in my coins. I have my start button mapped, and I also have a plunger button instead of the plunger because I can't get that plunger to be recognized by a USB encoder for whatever reason. So if I launch the ball, you'll see the ball mechanics look pretty good. My flippers work pretty good here. And I'll just play this for a minute here so you can see what's going on. I do have a front end on this unit, so I have, you know, front ends for pinball emulators are a pretty good idea because it'll make it look pretty, and then it'll launch, you know, Visual Pinball 8, 9, and 10. So if you have tables that run on different versions, you don't really have to worry about it, and it gives you a nice little interface to play with. So I'll show you that in a second, but I'm pretty happy with how it's running, even, you know, for being a pretty low-powered PC. I just picked what I had in my, you know, my collection of stuff in my storage closet just because, like I said, I had no intentions of modding it in the first place. All right, so I'm going to show you really quickly. We're going to jump over to another pinball table, and then I'm going to jump over to the front end so you can check out Pinball X. Okay, the next table I'm going to show you is Terminator 2. This is one of my all-time favorite tables. Now, one thing you'll notice is, I don't know if you'll pick it up on the video, but the audio sounds awesome, and this is actually coming off of that, you know, the monitor's amplifier. So I was surprised because this means if you choose to go this route, you don't need to buy an amplifier, I don't think. It sounds pretty good, and these speakers aren't even in the cabinet, so if you put them in the cabinet, they probably sound awesome. So I'm pretty stoked about how this turned out. All right, so next I'm gonna go over to Pinball X, show you what that's all about, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, I really wanted to make sure I showed you Pinball X really quick. So if you were gonna build a pinball cab, you'd have all your emulators in the back end, but you'd want something pretty so you can navigate through the games that you have. So I don't have it all set up yet, but games do launch from here. Like for instance, I don't have T2 artwork, so it shows me the video and just some generic stuff. But this is a nice way to navigate through the game. So just to show you that this works, you can go to Mars Attacks, and then it gives you this like little menu here. It can show you game instructions, things like that. You can return to the games list, or you can go play game, and it's gonna launch that particular game. So it's pretty cool. But anyways, I just wanted to, I know this isn't complete, and I know there's a lot of stuff that I still have to do, but I wanted to show you guys this first so that you can see like what's possible with a front end and things like that. So I'm gonna go over to my desk and we'll give you some final thoughts.
Alright guys, it is final thoughts time. So there was a bunch of stuff I didn't get to show you, but unfortunately with it being this close to the holiday, I just don't have the time. So we're going to make this a part 2 series. But there's a bunch of things I need to go over, like how to hook up the buttons, how to get the USB encoders working, how to configure the software. And also, I just want to talk about, you know, is this feasible? Because I'm using mostly parts I had, which was really cool, and I learned a bunch about Visual Pinball 8, 9, and 10. I'm also learning that it's not that complex to do this. So I do want to provide you guys with more of a tutorial format after this video, just to show that, hey, you can do it if you really just put some time and effort into it. So again, I had just bought virtual pinball units before. I never explored it like I do with arcade games. So this is all new to me. I'm literally learning. And if I can do it, you can do it. So hopefully in the next video, we'll go over more of that. So can I tell you with definitively 100% that this is worth doing right now? I don't really know, because I'm trying to look at overall cost invested. It doesn't look like it is. It looks like maybe it might be, you might want to just enjoy the product for what it is, or, you know, potentially wait for something that does a little bit more of what you want, or dive right in and mod it and be crazy like me. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Please put your comments below. I want to hear what you think of this, and don't forget to turn on notifications to be informed of future videos. That's it, guys. I hope everyone has a happy holiday, and I will see you on the next one.